today's video with an upgrade. I'm looking for an extra 2% defense, and it's 10 days and 3 hours to get to level 7, so let's get that started. But that was a max buff that I can currently get. Let's have a little look at what that looks like. If we go into research here, I had the title, I had the alliance technology, I had the rune for 15%, the building for 18%, the technology for 25%, the holy site for 5%, and the VIP for 10%. So the best I can currently do on research is 89%, which, if you're following and tracking this account, that's something you should be interested in, because of course it will create a huge advantage if I'm far ahead on that. I'm 15 million.6 power, which for free to play is pretty impressive. On Kingdom Day 76. We are watching the countdown though for the next crusade, which is 5 days and 13 hours away, which means in 5 days and 13 hours we will get the Marauders, which we're very excited about because it's a huge opportunity to move your free to play account forward. What will that look like? Obviously we will go out and we will clear as much of this AP as we can. The AP is slowly growing. I think last video I had about 90,000 and it will be limping forward a little bit. Let's just go into the shop now. Have we already brought it? Yep, we've already got the action point recoveries from today. And my alliance is obviously busy doing as many forts as it can to help us progress there. But 5 days to Marauders, another 6 days for the Crusades event quests, and then the Lost Kingdom will be open. And I'm aiming for 18 million, and I think I'm about on track. I'm a little bit behind. If we do 200k a day, I'm a little behind. I have just had a power push though, which was a bit of a fail in that you don't really want to end up in 64th. You either want to be in the 90s and just about grab the 1 gold head, where obviously I tried to go for the 2 gold heads and I missed the top 50 because I didn't just have it in the account to push it that hard. But how are gold heads doing, I hear you ask? Another major factor that if you're following my progress that you should be comparing to, and I'm finally in triple figures for gold heads. I have 100 gold heads. And let's now go to troops. How are we doing there? That's easy to add up. So 357,000 tier 4. Before you ask me why have I got tier 3 siege, I don't know. Sometimes I just for some reason start them by accident instead of doing tier 1. It's just a problem that I have. I think it's that I set all the other ones to tier 4 and then I do the siege to tier 4 because I've just done the 3 before to tier 4, and that sometimes goes wrong. We've got an arc coming up. Let's hope that's a win. And I'm stuck at priceless platinum. I win a few, I lose a few. Very difficult to start pushing through to the next one, but I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's like 3,000 gems for when the season ends, so that's not too shabby. We're not too bothered about the breakdowns anymore. We're more interested in equipment and tier 4s, but that's a breakdown for those that like to follow in that detail. Where's the power going to be coming from? Well, mainly from Academy at the moment. That's an extra 2% that's going to go onto my main march. How is the main march doing? Let's now go into expedition and do our test. So I have had some major progress on my test in that I can now solo this level. And I say, people often ask, what should your account look like for KVK1? Well, I think you should be able to solo expedition level 55 at a minimum for your open field fighting. But remember, you've got until the ruins. I will obviously eventually move on to the next. I'll move on to level 60 or 65 and start testing against then. I was a bit slow. I think it was 808 on the defense and about 1690 I think on the attack. So 1697, 800 odd. We're heading towards the 900 trade. I'd like to get it to 1,000, but you don't always get what you want. But as I say, if we were to let this run, obviously it would take 2 minutes, I can now kill this march. I did have 5 seconds left on the clock, so only just. And remember though, when I'm doing this test, I have the 5% attack on. So important to know that. Eventually I'll move on to level 60, I think, and see how I can do against that march. But obviously that's for maybe even for KVK 2. Sunset's ticking away. Obviously we've had quite a lot of people migrate away from the kingdom, so that's kind of helped me get into the top 5, to be honest, which is that regular gold key. Equipment. Now, Sun Tzu's equipment's not moving forward. He's got about 8 million XP left to get him to level 60, which Marauders will sort out. His second march is finished now as well, in that I'm happy with 5-5. I would like to expertise her at some point, and when I expertise her, I'm going to then be testing her on Thutmose. Now, what are we doing? So nothing on equipment there, but what I have been doing is working on my cavalry equipment. Why am I working on my cavalry equipment? Well, unfortunately, it's a bit of an insurance policy in that, unfortunately, the second alliance of the kingdom I'm in seems to have gone, and they had the best flags, and obviously some power has left the kingdom. Some good players have left the kingdom, which is sad, but we just did that. We've moved here as well, but it's a bit of a sad story. I don't know what's going to happen in KVK, and I think having a cavalry march or having a mobility march might be a good idea. I had thought that I was going to be getting lots of big murder balls, and an infantry march would be the way to go, but I think as an insurance policy I'm going to start working on my cavalry march. And what a cavalry march needs is not necessarily attack, because I'm not a Minamoto, is mobility. I don't have Bella. I'd like to have Bella, but it's far too late in the day, I think, to start working on him. What I might do, though, is get Bella to 16 and use him on the Marauders, so that I'm starting to build him up as an option, because it's quite easy to get someone to level 40. But anyhow, march speed. So the war helm I've got to 50, the gloves are on 50, and the windswept boots are on 75, so that's where we should target. Of course, it's Monday today, so we have the opportunity to, I've already brought them, there we are, to change these into the windswept boots. Where are they? Windswept boots, is that them? Yep. So grab those. Then we're going to put them together. Combine. And now that should be a definite win. And a little bit extra march speed. So refine. Yes, please. Beautiful. Cavalry. An extra 1% march speed, which might save my bacon, especially if some Minamoto is chasing me down. Current march speed 14. Remember, we're going to get the free item from the Lost Canyon, or whatever it's called, when KVK starts, which is quite cheap and easy to get. And at the moment, I am just hoarding materials because I would like to obviously build some trinkets. Sorry, you can't see my materials there. Where are they? At the moment, I am just hoarding materials because I want to be ready for if I can get a trinket, especially maybe from this seasonal event. A trinket would be nice. Maybe minus 5% damage for minus 5% counterattack damage for my main march, or an extra 3% troop capacity. Either of those would be lovely. Let's now have a look. Not a lot going on in Alliance. This one's level 17. Let's have a look. Grab that. Not a lot going on there. We've talked about the event. I think that's everything. Well, gems. Let's talk about gems. I should be saving for my next 50,000 gems, but I've had to kind of put it on hold because I keep getting a demand. For example, when I got my gold mine to level 25, that cost 2,000 gems. When I got my scout camp to level 25, that cost 2,000 gems. I'm going to start this hospital in a minute or sooner, And when I would love to get that to level 25, but first I think I'm going to do my barracks, and that's a 19-day build, but that's another 2,000 gems. So at the moment I just have this constant cost of gems, and I keep off stream buying the 8-hour speed ups so that I can progress my research. I don't know why I'm doing that. I shouldn't be doing that, but I just don't do it to stop myself, because I love to make some progress in campaign, and I'm getting real close to taking level 65 down. It's gonna happen. I'd like to do it before KVK 1 because I think that would be a bit showy. Now, that's all for today. That's the update. Things are getting exciting again. It's been a bit of a boring 2 weeks, but soon we'll have Marauders, then we'll have some fighting, and I'm looking forward to that. Oh, there's a new feature. Well, a new feature to me. I didn't know this existed. But if you're ever interested in seeing a bit of fighting that's going on, I didn't know that there was now like little red crosses where there's fighting going on. So let's see if we can find some fighting. So into season 1, no fighting. Well, here we go. Do you see the little red cross? So if we go there we go, and press on this, it should take us straight to the fighting. Oh, here we go. So that's a fun feature that I didn't know about. That's going to make hopefully a bit of fun if you're a bit bored. Where's all this fighting? Is it at the pass? Oh well. That feature definitely worked for me last time. But I looked out, it brought up rune fights from KVK 1. So, well, it says someone's fighting there, but I can't seem to find them. Maybe it's just somebody with some farm killing or a little bit of fighting around this pass, but it seems to have finished. Anyhow, that's a nice feature if you're a little bored and want to look up some fighting. I didn't know that existed. Tell me if that's new. I'm not sure. Thanks for watching.